Good morning, dear students. I, Professor Basuraj Kuluche, welcome you all for today's interaction of our practicals on skill development. In previous classes, we have seen consignment account, its meaning, and other concepts. Similarly, here we have also seen the meaning of hire purchase, concepts of hire purchase, and hire purchase agreement. Today, we shall see the contents of hire purchase agreement and advantages of hire purchase. Actually, these things should be done in a practical way, but unfortunately, because of this COVID pandemic and lockdown issues, we are not able to do these things practically by visiting a firm or an organization. We were supposed to see how those organizations or institutions purchase the products on hire purchase system and the reflection of these things in their books of accounts. But unfortunately, this pandemic has made us to stay at home and study theoretical aspects only. So let us see the theoretical aspects or contents of hire purchase agreement. When we make an hire purchase agreement, at that point of time, certain set of things will be added in that, or the things which all should be added in the hire purchase agreement. According to the Hire Purchase Act 1972, Section 4, the following contents should be mandatorily mentioned in a hire purchase agreement. In the year 1972, this Hire Purchase Act was passed, and in this act, Section 4 tells about the details what should be added in the hire purchase agreement. Number 1, description of goods. What are the goods? What type of goods are there? Quality, quantity, and other description related to goods is mentioned in the hire purchase agreement. Then the selling price of the goods sold. What is the price of the goods at which both the parties have agreed and the sales price has been fixed? That price also need to be added in the hire purchase agreement. Because in subsequent times there may be misunderstanding or miscommunication between the parties related to the prices of those goods. So the selling price of the goods need to be mentioned in that. The next, we need to add actual cash price of the goods sold. What is the cash price of the goods sold? Even that need to be mentioned in that. Then the date and time of the agreement initiation. When, at what date and when, timing and other things related to this agreement need to be mentioned in that. Because the duration or the installments need to be calculated, because of which the dates and other aspects of the agreement need to be mentioned in a proper way. Then amount and number of installments to be paid by the hirer along with the rate of interest. The amount of installments, how many installments are to be paid, each installment of how much, and along with that, what would be the rate of interest. All these things need to be mentioned clearly and need to be discussed with both the parties about the number of installments, amount of installment per installment, then the rate of interest and other things need to be discussed and entered in the agreement. Then last date till all installments should be paid off. Within how many days, or what would be the last date for payment of full amount, even that need to be mentioned. Then lastly, the name of the person to whom the installment is payable. Both the party details need to be mentioned in a hire purchase agreement. So these are some of the important things which need to be mentioned in the hire purchase agreement. The next, advantages of hire purchase system. Following are some of the advantages of hire purchase system. Number 1, buying an asset becomes much easier for the hirer by making payment in easy installment. It becomes very easy to the hirer to purchase any product or any asset because he is not supposed to pay full amount at a time, but the amount is split into installments, into small amount, and this each small amount is known as installment, and these installments are to be paid easily and the title will be transferred. So here this buying an asset becomes much easier for the hirer by making payments in easy installments. Suppose if we pay the full amount at a time, it becomes very difficult for the person to purchase. So it becomes easy under hire purchase system. The next, after paying all the installments, the hirer can enjoy the ownership of the asset. When all the installments are paid, at that point of time, the ownership of the said asset will be transferred to the hirer. Till the last installment is paid, the ownership title will not be transferred, and after paying the last installment, he can enjoy the ownership title. Then hirer can claim the depreciation benefit on the hired assets. Hirer can even claim the depreciation amount in the books of accounts and get the benefit of that. The next, hirer can enjoy the tax benefit over the interest payable by him on the hire purchased goods. As you all know, in Indian Income Tax Act, the amount is to be paid as tax on the slabs if our income exceeds then those slabs. At that point of time, to get benefits, there are certain standard deductions under Income Tax Act, and as per those deductions, here the interest paid on the hire purchase is exempted from income tax. So that is also another benefit to the hire purchaser, that is hirer can enjoy the tax benefit over the interest payable by him on hire purchased goods. And lastly, hire purchase system is beneficial for the vendors too, as it increases their sales volume. Since it becomes very easy for the purchaser to purchase those goods by simple and small installments, many people can come forward to purchase those assets because the full amount is not to be paid at once. The amount is split into small installments and it becomes easy for that person to purchase those installments. So these are the advantages of hire purchase system. Practically, whenever possible, you all can visit some organization, and in that organization you all can find out the system through which they acquire the assets. If they are purchasing under hire purchase, then you can practically request them to show how the things reflect in their books of accounts, or how the things will be changing, or how the things will be reflecting in their books of accounts or books of records, and that is the practical experience we need to get. So with this we shall stop in today's class. Rest things we shall see in next class. Thank you. Good day.